Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. A firefighting operation at a warehouse in Przylepe near Zielona Góra, where hazardous substances were being stored, ended last night. According to air quality measurements, the health and lives of residents are not in danger. The Minister of Climate and Environmental Protection, Anna Moskva, said that there is a problem with landfills that were built between 2012 and 2014. The former Prime Minister did not mince his words. Now we can say that in the last few years, Poland is being ruled by the garbage mafia. And you know what the worst thing about the events in Zielona Góra is? That they announce that people are not in danger while they themselves confer in masks. On the other hand, they turned off the monitoring that measures air pollution. The Chief Inspectorate of Environmental Protection was quick to respond to the Civic Platform chairman's allegations. Air quality monitoring in Zielona Góra is fully and flawlessly operational. It is implemented continuously. Allegations about its shutdown are unfounded. According to Deputy Prime Minister Jarosław Kaczyński, Tusk wants to use this topic for political purposes. This is all essentially one man. His name is Donald Tusk, and he will use every opportunity to stir up unrest and hatred, to raise various accusations. It could be the tragedy of a woman, and it could be a fire that they are responsible for. Why doesn't Donald Tusk at least notice this European statistic? It is forbidden to import garbage into Poland. Municipal garbage is not imported into Poland. It has been banned. I will show you what it looked like. You see, France, Germany, Sweden, Belgium, Austria, Denmark, Spain and the Czech Republic, Poland. The end of the firefighting operation was announced last night by the governor of Lubuskia province. At 8:22 p.m, firefighters finished extinguishing the fire at the hazardous substances warehouse in Przylepe. 3 deputies will remain at the scene of operations overnight to supervise the burned area. Many thanks to all the firefighters of the Polish Fire Department and volunteer firefighters who participated in the very difficult firefighting operation. More than 60 fire engines and about 200 fire workers were involved in the operation. The Government Security Centre sent out an alert warning residents in the surrounding area of the danger. The causes of the fire outbreak are still unknown. It's a Saturday, it's around 4 p.m. or a bit past 3 p.m. and information comes in that there has been a fire. The causes are officially unknown, but things do not spontaneously combust. Most often it is due to something else. That's how these garbage mobs operate. So these facilities often end up like this. In 2012, the Avignon company, registered in Budin, received permission from the former Zielona Góra governor to dump waste in the warehouse, left over from a former meat plant. The 6,000 cubic metre hall was used to store barrels of various substances, including toxic ones. We know about this waste. We have an expert report. It is poison. Those are dangerous, toxic, carcinogenic substances. We all have the right to know about it. Today the fire is under control. The whole time we monitored air parameters, water parameters and the water intake in the surrounding area and reservoirs. At no time did this exceed the air quality parameters. In 2020, the Supreme Administrative Court ordered the removal of waste from the warehouse. The decision was issued by the district governor. Then there was a change in territorial boundaries and currently this area belongs to the municipality. Previously, it was the territory of the district governor's office, so consequently the president, while taking over the area administratively, at the same time took over the area in his own management. During this time, literally nothing happened. Minister Anna Moskva announced that a special team will be established to combat the effects of the fire. 2 combat drones flew over Moscow this morning, which Russian authorities said had been intercepted. However, video footage just showed damage. Meanwhile, in the Russian-occupied Crimea, an ammunition depot in the town of Drozhkoy, near to a Russian military base, was attacked by drones. Over the weekend, the Russians launched another missile attack on Odessa, damaging the historic Orthodox Cathedral of the Transfiguration. Ukrainian media, citing their own sources, claim that Ukrainian services are behind the attack in downtown Moscow. Kyiv is not commenting on the attack. According to Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin, the capital was attacked by 2 drones. One of them fell near the Russian Defense Ministry. The other hit an office building. There were no reported casualties or injuries. I had only a bang, and then nothing. I was sleeping and was awakened by the explosion. Everything started shaking. It felt like the whole building collapsed. In contrast, last night 17 drones attacked the Crimean Peninsula. Russian air defense forces neutralized 11 of the machines. Others hit an ammunition depot in the area of the town of Jankoy. Residents within a 5-kilometre radius were evacuated. Russia has a military base nearby. The peninsula is a logistical base for the Russian army. The conflict is entering a new phase, that is, it is moving away from a direct armed clash. Strikes of a non-conventional nature will play an increasingly important role. The Russian army in turn carried out attacks using Iranian Shahed drones in the Odessa region. As a result of the shelling, a grain store was destroyed. One of the missiles hit the Transfiguration Cathedral, the largest Orthodox church in Odessa. This is a very important shrine for the people of Odessa. It belongs to the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Immediately after this attack, local residents rushed to clean up and extinguish the fire, forming teams of volunteers. The cleanup and recovery from this attack continues. The Ukrainian counteroffensive began in early June. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken predicts that we will see its effects within the next few months. The Russians have established strong fortifications along the entire front line. According to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, as a result of the continuing counteroffensive in the south of the country, nearly 200 square kilometres of territory have been liberated from Russian occupation. In turn, 35 square kilometres were liberated in the Bakhmut direction in the east of the country. The fight against wildfires continues in Greece. Almost 2,500 people were evacuated from Corfu last night alone. From Rhodes, where the fires have been raging for several days, more than 30,000 people have been evacuated. According to the Greek authorities, this was the largest evacuation in the country's history. Greek firefighters are being assisted by colleagues from all over Europe, including Poland.
As of July 24th, firefighters of the GFFFV Poland module are carrying out operations in 2 zones. Zone 1 is about 15 kilometers from the base of operations, and Zone 2 is about 30 kilometers from the base of operations. The base of operations is located in Wilia, at the fire school. This is exactly the same place where 2 years ago, Polish firefighters carried out the activities related to extinguishing a forest fire in Greece. We are carrying out surveillance of these zones, both firefighting reconnaissance to extinguish the burnt areas using all-terrain vehicles, firefighting vehicles, and unmanned aerial vehicles. The wildfires that have been ravaging Greece for nearly a week are sweeping across new territories. The situation is worse in Rhodes, but firefighters are also battling the elements in Corfu, Euboea, in the Peloponnese region and around Lake Iliki, which supplies Athens with water. In some regions, firefighters from Slovakia and Poland are helping the local fire departments. In Rhodes, the Greek Foreign Ministry has opened an assistance center for foreign tourists. They are being assisted by diplomats from other countries, including Great Britain, who have flown to the island to help tourists who have lost their travel documents. The Greek military is helping to set up temporary quarters for tourists evacuated from hotels. Many public facilities like sports halls and schools have been converted into temporary shelters. The situation is stabilizing somewhat in Corfu. Some 2,000 tourists who were evacuated overnight from Kalami, Nisaki, and Barbati were placed in the city theater and are gradually returning to their hotels.
Spain's parliamentary elections were won by the right-wing Popular Party, which won 33% of the votes, giving it 136 seats, 40 votes short of being able to form a majority government, even with the support of the ultra-right Vox Party, which won 33 seats.
We have won the elections, and we deserve to try and form a government, as it has always happened in Spanish democracy. We won 47 more seats than we did 4 years ago. As the candidate of the party that won the most seats, I believe it is my duty to try to form a government. I call on the Socialist Party and other political forces not to block this. I think Spain and all its citizens who have voted have made themselves clear. The backward-looking bloc, which proposed a total repeal of all the progress we have made over the last 4 years, has failed. Those who propose machismo, a regression on rights and freedoms, have failed today. The Socialist Party, which ruled for the last term, came in second, receiving nearly 32%, according to partial results, and can count on 122 seats in the 350-member Congress of Deputies. Turnout exceeded 70%, 4 percentage points higher than in previous elections. A record for voting by mail was also broken. 2,300,000 people cast their vote by mail, more than double the number from 4 years ago. The lowest turnout was recorded in Catalonia, the highest despite the heat and giant traffic jams in Andalusia. According to the political portal, Spain's elections were won by the center-right People's Party, also known as the Popular Party, but it doesn't have enough seats to form a government on its own. A socialist, Pedro Sanchez, may remain as prime minister if he manages to gather enough support from extreme political groups, which will not be easy.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, Poland Daily Business and more programmes. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.